Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight's dinner we are making a slow cooker marinara chicken. So, what I've done is I've already sprayed the inside of my crock pot, and this is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some adobo seasoning. You're gonna need thinly sliced chicken breast and 1 jar of ragu, or whatever this is. We're gonna need homemade marinara sauce. This is just a jarred sauce, nothing fancy, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to put our gloves on first. Now remember, this crock pot meal is very easy to do. It's not very that difficult. It's a simple recipe, right? So if you guys remember, a few days ago we actually did 2 crock pot recipes. We did my slow cooker sweet and sour meatballs, which is already on the channel, and we did my slow cooker pulled pork, which the pulled pork recipe we made in this exact crock pot. I have it preheating on high. This recipe we're gonna cook on low, just to let you know. So what I'm gonna do to make it easy is we're gonna put our chicken breast at the bottom, just so that way it'll be easier for us to see. Just so that way it'll be easier for me to season. And you can see the chicken breast, they're thinly sliced, so it's not gonna take that long. So we're literally gonna cook it on low for like 3 hours or so. Okay, it won't take as long. So what we're gonna need to do, because this is a lot of chicken, we're gonna need to kind of move them to the side a little bit. So that way this will all fit. And let me actually, just because I think it's easy, let me take the base out so I can show you. Because I think it's easier. So I'm gonna move this over to the side. Okay, so we're gonna finish putting our chicken in. Now remember, it's totally fine if it's not gonna, these chicken breasts have to lay flat in here. So that's kind of why they're seal on top. But what I'm gonna do to them is I'm gonna start seasoning them. So you take your adobo and you're just gonna season up this chicken breast as light. Now you gotta keep in mind, adobo does have salt in it, so we don't wanna go overboard, right? And what you can also do for these chicken is for this chicken breast, you can actually season both sides, because you wanna do it with both sides. Another thing about this recipe is actually easy. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, this recipe kind of reminds me of chicken parm. And that's okay if you think that, but this recipe is not like, well, this recipe is kind of like chicken parm, but not really, because the only thing you're not doing is you're not adding breadcrumbs to it. So it's not going to be your traditional chicken parm. It's going to be a slow cooker marinara. All right, so take these off, because we're done with these. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 jar of marinara sauce in the crock pot here. And we're gonna cook this on low. Let's see if this jar opener is gonna be friendly today. There you go. Alright, so 1 jar. Now this is gonna get poured all over the chicken, and when it's poured all over the chicken, I'll show you what this is gonna look like. Now we're also gonna have pasta, and we're gonna have some broccoli to go with it, but the broccoli we're not gonna do till later, and we're not gonna do the pasta till later, okay? So what you wanna do here is you just wanna make sure your chicken is covered in this marinara sauce. It's quite a bit, but you need it, right? You're gonna need it for this recipe. And I know what you're thinking. You're gonna think, well, this looks a little bit watery, and it's gonna be a little bit on the liquidy side, but that's okay. Okay, it's totally fine if it's on the liquid side, because that's kind of what you're looking for in this recipe. But this recipe is not going to be, this recipe is pretty basic. All I'm doing is I'm just rinsing out my jar, just because I think I'm going to end up recycling this jar. So I'm going to rinse it out real good. Okay, so back to the recipe. So, we have completed our crock pot dish. I'll show you what it looks like. This is what your chicken marinara looks like. It looks so good, and it's not even cooked yet. Doesn't that look yummy, yummy? All right, rules. Let's put it in there. And we're gonna cover it. And we're gonna cook it on low. And I'll be back in about 3.5 hours, because I think that's really all it needs. But we'll be back in 3.5 hours to show you what this crock pot marinara chicken looks like. And then I will serve it up, and we'll be back. Now, another thing I'm going to tell you guys, one more thing. We need to shred this chicken. So when I come back in about 3 hours or so, I'm going to shred this chicken. Okay? Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this recipe. I'll be back in a little bit to show you what it looks like. Bye. Log on. Peace out. Boom. Okay. Bye, guys.